Have you ever asked yourself what is the meaning of your life? Why you are waking up every day and do the exact same thing every single day, no matter if you are like doing it or not, but you feel like there's something missing in your life. So I read this book called Ikigai, and this is a very wonderful book, shares some of the meaningful concepts about life and purpose. And the author of the book talks about how to find your purpose and live a meaningful and a happy life. And he discusses some of the Japanese cultures to find your passion and also some of the Japanese secrets that they use to live a meaningful and a worthful life. Ikigai is a Japanese word which means the reason for living, and Japanese people believe that every people on the earth should have their Ikigai, the reason for living. Now, Ikigai is a very wonderful concept that I discovered through reading this book, and it means the reason for living, and it really happens when we love what we are doing, and it is something that we can't live without, something that add meaning to our life and gives satisfaction. Basically, it is the reason that we get up every day in the morning. According to Japanese people, everyone has their own unique ikigai, the reason for their living, and they like the idea of being busy all the time. In fact, in Japan, there is no word for retirement. So, in Japanese culture, it's important to have the purpose in life, the reason for their living. And therefore, the idea of retirement, it simply doesn't exist there. The author talked about an island in Japan which is called Okinawa, where people lived more than 100 years, and they research about it and they find out what are the things that they have in common, which things makes them so unique. And the book also shared their lifestyle on what are the food they like to eat, what are the exercises they do, how they interact with each others, what first things they do in the morning. So basically they do research about all of these activities to find out which things makes them so unique to live more than 100 years. There are a lot of things about Japanese culture in the book, like how small things can make a huge difference in our life and how finding our ikigai can make a huge impact and make our life worth living. And these are some things which makes them stay healthy and happy throughout their lifestyle. But how can we discover our passion in life? What are the things we do to find out our purpose in life? To find out our ikigai, we need to find out these four things. First, what you love. Second, what you are good at. Third, what you can be paid for. And fourth, what the world needs. All of these things mainly focuses on their ikigai, so they work for their passion. When we find out these four things, the answer to these four things will be our ikigai. Now it can be happen that in some things that we are good, but it is not something that we love doing it. And also there are some skills that we are very good at and someone pays us for doing it, but it is not something that the world needs. We all have something that we love doing and which makes us completely forget about the world and just be in the present moment. It could be anything like boxing, dancing, singing, or reading. The more we try to find out our ikigai, the more we learn about it. And the thing is, we never try to look into ourselves and we never try to discover what we really want. We always go for what someone else wants from us, what society wants from us. Rather, what we are like to do, it's more important. Doing what we love, it always brings us happiness, and also it disconnects us from doing the other things and thinking about the other things. In the book, author called this the power of flow. When you are involved into something that you are love doing, then you are into a state of flow. Basically, it's a state in which people are so involved in an activity that nothing else seems to matter. It's like doing one thing that you are genuinely interested in and you will never get tired of doing it. And the author says the happiest people are not the ones who achieve the most, they are the ones who spend more time than others in a state of flow. For example, your favorite thing is riding a horse, and you are in a beautiful place riding a horse. You feel the environment, you feel the sun, the air, and you feel everything, and you are just completely in the present moment. There is no future, no past, there is only the present, and your ego dissolves and you become a part of what you are doing. This is called a state of flow, where your complete focus just doing one thing. Author says in order to achieve flow in our work or in any activity that we are doing, we have to do some extra. We have to do some difficult stuff that seems very difficult to us, that takes us out of our comfort zone. For example, if you are a programmer, you can learn a new different language, or if you are a dancer, you can learn a new step that you have never done before, or if you are a designer, you can try and design new artworks that seems very difficult to you. Even Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, when he went to Japan, he inspired by so many things, like how Japanese are so dedicated into their work and in their passion, and he also implemented the same things in his own company. So how can we use flow to find our ikigai? There is an activity that we can do to find out our ikigai. You can write down all of your activities that make you enter into a flow of state, and ask yourself these questions like, what are the activities that drive you into a flow of state have in common, and why these activities drive you into a flow of state. When we ask these questions and the reason behind them, the answer to these questions will be our ikigai. And if you don't find it, keep searching by going deeper into what you like by spending more of your time in that activities that makes you flow. And if you haven't read the book, I highly recommend you to go read the book, and it will also contain some other things like wisdom from the longest living people in the world, and of course the Japanese culture and Japanese meditations, and some other things that will lead you to live a happy and a long life. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure you like this and follow on my other social media accounts, link in the description. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Bye.